Hey guys, Jack here. I'm going to show you a quick video of my Pillar Ice Mercenary build. This build got me through all the acts easily and I'm about to finish Act 3 and move on to the end game. But I wanted to show you my build right now before I make more adjustments once I get to the later content. Now this build was inspired by Ligos, so I'll leave his build down in the description since you need to follow his passive tree till you get to the early 50s for when you unlock a certain skill, Combat Frenzy. To that I'll show you what I did with the passives to adjust since I don't have all the uniques he has and I had to make do with what I have when it came to uniques. So now let's start with gear. This build is not going to work without Pillar of God, which you can equip right away as soon as you start the campaign. And I also had Meganord's Girdle because it had plus 46 to strength, which is the highest. Now when it came with boots, I just looked for movement speed because going from Ranger to Mercenary, it was so slow. Stats didn't really care because everything died easy for me. But then I ended up switching to this just for all the reduced duration on chill, freeze, and shock, the life regen. Once I hit level 16, if you have this, I suggest that you equip it because it's got all that increased attributes on strength, dexterity, and intelligence, which is really nice. And for rings, at the start I only chased physical and cold damage because that's all I needed and they were all dying pretty quick. Then I switched to Call of Brotherhood, which I'll explain once I get to the passive tree. Now for skills, when you're starting off at the beginning, you only got Ice Strike, Tempest Bell, Herald of Ice, you got Charge Staff. I didn't really use Charge Staff, honestly, till I got Combat Frenzy. Everything was still dying pretty quick. Now for Ice Strike, you can look at Martial Tempo, Primal Armament, and Ice Bite, but at the beginning, you're going to want to use Persistence because your mana gets eaten pretty quick. So I suggest when you're going in your passives here and you're chasing all these attributes, I would put some Intelligence just to hit about 80 to 100 just to help you with mana and mana regen. Now for Tempest Bell, I have Leverage, Heavy Swing, and Expanse. I'll probably switch it and I'll let you know. Now for Overwhelming Presence, you're not going to have enough Spirit, so you're going to want to put Clarity just to help you with the mana regen. But once you get enough Spirit, you can also put Vitality. And for Herald of Ice, you got Cold Infusion, Magnified Effect, and Cold Mastery. These are the skills that I pretty much use at the beginning of the game, and then once I hit the early 50s, I unlock Combat Frenzy. So I switched it with Vitality and Clarity, and for Overwhelming Presence, I just put Cannibalism. And then I had extra Spirit, so I just put Wind Dancer on with Blind. Then for Charge Staff, I got Persistence, Perpetual Charge, and Cold Exposure. I don't really use Hand, and I only use Frostwall at the early game just for mob control, which I don't really use now. Now when it came to Call of the Brotherhood, it converts all lightning damage to cold damage, which works with these gloves because it adds 1 to 10 lightning damage to my attack per 10 intelligence. Since I didn't have enough lightning damage or lightning passives with the skill gems to do Electrocute, to give me consistent charges from Combat Frenzy, because while this is active, you gain a Frenzy charge, which I'll explain once I show the passive tree. But this is pretty much my main skill that gives me charges, so I pretty much use Call the Brotherhood to convert all my lightning damage to cold, and then increase my freeze buildup up to 28%. So I was consistently freezing all the mobs, which gave me consistent, it felt like it's unlimited charges, so I can pretty much do charge staff nonstop. Now for my passives, if you click on Ligos' build, in the link in the description, you pretty much just follow it. But once you get all the way down here, I think a couple here, you're high enough to unlock Resonance. So I'll show you right here. So I pretty much chased it all the way up here. I went up one more just for a skill gem because I had to give up a lot of slots to get up here. Skill gem slots. For Resonance, you gain power charge instead of frenzy charges from Combat Frenzy, so it converts it. So yeah, once you hit level 50, so you pretty much follow his passive tree till you hit level 52 or 53 when you unlock Combat Frenzy, and then it went all the way up here with that extra skill gem, not skill gem, with these passive jewels, sorry. Now for these passive jewels, I was pretty much looking for life regen, maximum rage, or rage when hit, and then I would try and corrupt it, or you know, that extra stat. I got plus 6 intelligence there, but I was trying to get resistance stats on it. Let me show you if I got one. Be careful when you corrupt it though, you might, some of them you lose stats, or you lose passive, sorry. So here I got the lightning resistance. And yeah, so that's about it. So you pretty much just spam Ice Strike, which will freeze, and I'll proc Herald of Ice, and your Combat Frenzy will get charges, and then you just use Charge Staff. When it comes to rares, I just drop my rares and boss. I just drop my Tempest Bell, make sure my staff is charged, and then I just spam Ice Strike, and that's pretty much it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and it helped, and I'll see you guys on my next update.